Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about the mark of the beast and and what's actually the symbolism behind the mark of the beast. Everybody says it's like artificial intelligence, and some people are saying merging man with machine, and everybody's speculating is something. Okay, it's none of these either, you know. So the mark of the beast is okay. Cain, as you know, Cain is the seed of Eve and Satan together, right? That's what Cain is, you know. Well, he goes also Yahweh or whatever it is. He goes by different names, right? So the seed of Cain, which is, it came from, it came from Satan, or Yahweh and Eve together. So, because as I said to you guys, the serpents come from for example, when God created Adam and Eve, Eve is the serpent. Is Eve is the serpent, and Adam is the falcon. It's like when these two creation they produce a dragon, okay, a serpent and a falcon, right? So you just think of it, the Chinese tradition, they always have a dragon with a long tail, windy, and it has wings and, four legs and whatnot. Serpents, they don't have legs. But when Adam and Eve produced, they created a blessed seed. The blessed seed is Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve created this blessed seed. That's what God intended. The infinite intended for Adam and Eve to be created. But then the serpent went on merging. The serpent went on merging his seed with Eve, the destroyer. So anyhow, basically he merged his seed, so they created a beast, because two serpent mating, they did not evolve. You understand? Adam and Eve creation seed, when they had kids, they end up evolving. You understand? They didn't stay as a serpent. Eve didn't stay as a serpent, and Adam did not stay as a falcon. They created a dragon. You understand? So Cain. So we get to that story where Yahweh or what his name, Satan, when they produced a beast, because God never intended for their creation to be created. You understand? So they created a beast, and the beast is Cain. Cain, when you go back to what Cain killed Abel, and when Cain killed Abel, what do you call it? God placed a curse. God created a curse on Cain's seed, because he killed Abel, right? And so according to ChatGPT, he says Cain's seed was destroyed out of the earth. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead. No worries. I'm gonna prove to you is Cain's seed never been did not they destroyed many times, but they didn't destroy the entire seed. You understand? They were given chances. Some of the seed it came from Cain's seed end up ruling, right? Because Baal gave him the right to rule the earth by hijacking, taking it from the original bloodline, the royal bloodline of Adam and Eve, which is Seth or Seth. Seth and Seth are the true Seth, he's a true child of Adam and Eve. You understand? The true bloodline. The 144,000 bloodline. Okay? This is our bloodline where Adam and Eve and Abraham, the house of Abraham, all the prophets, think of them. Isaac, Jacob, Noah, Solomon, Moses, all of that, one house. Okay? And that's a blessed seed because they came from a creation that God, the infinite, have intended for this creation to be created. You understand? So even in the Bible they tell you we meant, even though in this life, he says, you serve who? We serve in them until judgment day. God giving them. Why are we serving them? Why God never made them, never turned the table, made us rule over them? No. Because, I'm telling you something. In Holy Quran says, Allah or the infinite will give you abundance, will also allow you to rule and allow you to do whatever you want. But he put a limit on it. He says you rise only twice on earth. You only rise twice. There won't be a third time. It will be a destruction, So God allow them, a lot of people questioning God, why God never intervened, why God allowed these people to create chaos on humanity and attack us and do all this destructive behavior toward us. Because God has promised to let them rise twice. You understand? So why? Because God, if he didn't let them rise twice, that means God broke his promise. You understand? That why he's letting them. That why the true royal bloodline of heaven, the 144,000, are serving, or humanity also serving these people. You understand? Because God is allowing them, also giving them a chance to repent, giving them a chance to return to the infinite, because they were created to worship and then they're refusing. There's a lot of mockery, there are a lot of disrespect toward God and humanity. They do not respect us, So God is allowing them to do whatever you want, because he says, you will rise twice and then one be a third time. So God placed a curse on their seed, the Cain seed. So even when you look up this information, they tell you, Cain's seed was destroyed, does not exist in earth. No. Cain's seed is actually ruling, And so anyhow, God keep his promises. He allow them to do whatever they want, but then, you know what? You're adding more to the scale of bad deeds. When you do horrible things, you continue to do horrible things, you're not repenting, yeah, the judgments will be doubled. You understand? So will be multiplied how many times you have done all these wicked deeds. Okay? So anyhow, so that's what's going on. He placed a curse on them. On why? Because Eve and the serpent who the serpent, the two serpents, which Eve and him produced what do you call it? Produced a serpent race. All these Nagas of India and all of those, they whatever, But anyhow, they produced this a wraith, a beast. So there is the serpent. There is a serpent in the base of your spine, the Kundalini. But then the Kundalini merge with what? With the falcon to become what? A dragon. You understand? So when it released from their base, it goes up. So anyhow, that was going on. Anyhow, and so anyhow, the Cain, God placed a curse on Cain, and the mark of the beast was, or they call it. If you look it up online, they'll tell you it's a mark. They said God placed a mark on Cain. Okay, that's the same mark they're trying to pass to you. If you study about mark of Cain, what is it? Then you'll find out that the mark on Cain, that's the mark they're trying to pass to you. They want to give you that mark. You understand? So so that was going on. That's in reality what the enemy are doing, to trying to pass this mark to you. So everybody's saying, oh, it could be this, it could be that, it could be AI, it could be man and machine, it could be, everybody just saying all these different things. The mark of Cain, Anyhow, God placed this mark, and this mark also is going to be unleashed on Cain and Judgment Day, because if you look up what do you call it, the end times, where the trees, the rocks, the animals, all God creation will say, the seed of Cain, or he says there's a Jew, in Islam he says there is a Jew behind me, kill him. You understand? But in reality, God is talking about the Cain seed. He's talking about Cain seed to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So God is going to unleash judgment on seed of Cain. And that's what's they're trying to, they do all these rituals, and through their forefather, trying to deceive and to pass this mark to you. Okay, so that's what's mark of Cain mean. Mark of the beast is because the when God says this, the olive tree that does not produce, what do you think it means? because when a creation evolve, you producing something new, right? Merging to, Adam and Eve together, you're creating a dragon. There are two serpents, so they did not really evolve. They created serpents. A serpent creating a serpent. So you get it? Anyhow, that's what's going on, guys. I wanted to talk to you about that and tell you what the mark of the beast is. And so you need to study about the mark of the beast, and and there's a lot of symbolism behind it. And they said also the mark of the beast is a curse and a blessing. So it's a curse on the seed, and then is also a blessing for the 144,000 or the elect, right? So it's unlocking something, you're unlocking what? And I looked today online, for it's unlocking the darkness, the night. The night, which is the night is linked to Sophia, Lilith, and Virgin Mary. So that's what the darkness, so anyhow, it's unleashing the divine emanation of divine feminine, right? Okay, and that's what they don't want you to unleash. Like today, when I'm creating these prayers, these people like banging, causing all this racket, and because they don't like it. They don't like it when I'm creating prayers and yeah. So you need to unleash the night, okay? The night or Nyx. So because the night is the divine feminine, divine mother. Remember I told you guys many moons ago when I posted a video about who's Satan or Baal, or he's afraid of. Who's he afraid of? Remember? Zeus. He goes by many different names. So who is he afraid of? Remember I told you that? Because he is the kingdom of jinn. He's part of the kingdom of jinn, and he's afraid of Nyx, goddess of the night, or the chaos on night, or, and all of that. He's not afraid of a lot of people except her, the divine feminine. This energy. They're telling you to your Kundalini. They're telling you, oh, you need to activate your Kundalini because this Kundalini is supposed to do all this, activate all these chakras. And they're not telling you the other energy you need to activate. They only told you half. They also told you that you have only 7 chakras. But actually you have 15 chakras. Okay? You understand? They're always telling you half truth. They never tell you the whole story of what you need in order to evolve and merge all this energy, and activate, And they're only telling you just half truth. They're not telling you, that's why these people going to India. Everybody's going to India to learn about how to manipulate energy, and yeah, that's why if you notice globally, a lot of Indians are being invading a lot of countries, but it's not an invasion. They're given permission to go to all these countries because this program is global. They need people who know how to manipulate energy and serpent energy, because they come to you, they attack you through serpent energy, because the falcon or Ra is associated with the sun. They don't like the sun because Adam is associated with the sun and Eve associated with the moon. You understand? So when you understand that, then you understand why these people do not like the sun. You know, they're not like the sun. They're not like anything has to do with the sun. That's why they do all the rituals during the moon cycle, right? They don't do a lot of stuff during the sun. You'd like to learn about the sun cycle and energy and whatnot, but they usually, you know, oh, look at these countries. How many countries are being blocking the sun, creating artificial suns, like, you know, China and all those countries. You understand? The sun is their enemy. So if you think of Jesus is the sun, the actual sun. Okay? It's their enemy. When they said, when they went to Father Abraham, and they said to him, "Oh, you know, can you ask, the infinite to forgive us for our ancestors have done, because it's not us who have done this, and we should not be held accountable for it." But you know what? Abraham asked God, or the infinite, asked him about this, and he came back and told them, he says, to stay away from the sun. Why? Because the sun is their enemy. So you have to get it, That's what's going on, guys. I'll link you some videos, and it will help you understand what's going on.